Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Flight 96 podcast. I am your host, Hunter Foreman, and I haven't said that in a while, but what way to bring back this podcast that I've worked so hard for and and bring it back on a good note. Today I am joined by one of the legends, not only of Detroit, but of the Midwest movement. A man who has trailblazed a path for a lot of MCs such as Piranha, such as Times. I could go on and on about the great hungry talent coming out of Detroit right now, but it wouldn't be all. It wouldn't be for this man and Marv One and Mo. And I could go on and on. But ladies and gentlemen, King Cody, the thing on him. You know he's about the cash route. It's BBG the movement, and he's fresh up out the stash house. Quest Mcody is in the building.
What up, baby? You good?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. You out here making moves, bruh. I see you out here, man. You making moves, man. I'm glad to be on the show, man.
This is the first in almost a year. This is the first Flight 96 podcast episode in almost a year. I had to take a break off because of some personal things, and COVID didn't help that situation. But we're back. We're back now. We're good. We're in a better space. Quest, you've been on a quite of a roll as of late.
You've been trying to work, man. Just stay busy, you know.
What do you attest that to? What do you credit that to?
Man, just being a student of the game, number one. Always being willing to learn, grow, try new things, and just being dedicated just to the craft of it. You know, not so much all the other stuff that goes on around it. Just focusing on the craft.
We'll start off with this. What do you think, in your honest opinion, separates Detroit from all the major cities in hip hop right now?
When it comes to battle rap or just music in general?
Just the hip hop culture. If we look at it from a large spectrum, excuse me.
Up until recently, really, Detroit just wasn't a place where we come from, like the Motown era. You feel me? That's in our blood and our roots. And there was a time when the music industry, it had to come through Detroit. It lived, it breathed here, especially when it came to like Black music. So we our the thing that separates us is just it's some grit, it's some grime, it's some hustle in our music. There's fun, there's a lot of emotion, but we're kind of like a melting pot. That's why you can find rappers like Royce 5'9" and Sada Baby, and Quest Mcody and Calico, or Marv One and Bodie James or Danny Brown. When it comes to battle rap, it's just in our blood, man. It's a breeding ground. If you battle, you want to battle in Detroit. For the past 20 years, there's been a Detroit MC at the top, considered one of the best in the world consistently. You could go back as far as Big Proof. He was Unsigned Hype. He won the Source magazine battle, beat what's his name, Supernatural or whatever, the ultimate freestyler. Then you could go into the Blaze battles that had like Najiri Earth, E-Dub in it that came on HBO. You go into the Showtime, myself being in that, representing for the city on national television the first time like battle rap was shown in a raw form, and they lifted the veil and took us behind the scenes. You going to Marv or Swan being on MTV, Swan doing the Scribble Jams. Then you go on to Midwest Miles, formerly known as Young Miles, X Factor, traveling from Detroit, going on Smack DVD and being a part of that. You fast forward a little bit more, you get the resurgence of Marv, going into Grind Time, King of the Dot, things of that nature. We do the 2-on-2s. I kind of skipped that whole thing. Marv and I doing the 2-on-2s and kind of like opening up new eyes to this form of battle rap. Then you fast forward some more and you get Calico, then you fast forward some more and you get JC you get Ill Will, you get Clean Paper, you get, so it's about, we just got a breeding ground of talent, man, and I'm just blessed and proud to be one of the staples, and very, very blessed to have been able to help provide opportunity, as well as get guidance when needed, and take guidance when needed.
I've always seen as Detroit as like as a very active like it's a very active city when it comes to music. There's always something going on. I feel like there's always either it's whether it's a new artist or a new project that is starting to make waves and do a lot of things. When it comes to like when I look at Detroit, I what I respect about it is that all of y'all can come together. And when it comes to like like when it comes to having like people in the ciphers like behind them, like if Eminem was to do a cipher, he would have all of Detroit behind him, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And like that's what I've always respected when it comes to Detroit. And plus just like you said, like it's a melting pot. There's a lot of diversity, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of while it Detroit does have its main sounds and its main pockets that it's most famous for.
Yeah.
It's I like how I can listen to to 5 9 and get one sound, and then go and listen to a Sada Baby or a Boldy James or even a 42 Doug,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
still get a different feeling as if I'm listening to somebody from a completely different place, because
yeah.
and that's what I've always respected about Detroit. Take us back to when you felt like you were really making waves in the hip hop culture, like as far as like what was it like when you started taking this battle rap stuff seriously?
Man, I could say that I kind of came up, like, I was late to the party. Like, I found out, like, I probably knew what battling was, but not really. Like, I had never been to like a rap battle or nothing like that. Like, um, and they were filming 8 Mile, and like the guy that was managing me managed the guy that played Lickety Split in 8 Mile,
Oh
as
wow.
well. So like I got an audition, and I just got selected to be an extra or whatever. So I'd be on the set all day, like 16 hours a day. This is where I met everybody. Like I didn't even know Marv at the time or whatever. And I started seeing people compete. Like people were rapping and freestyling and stuff on set all day because it ain't nothing but rappers. And then they had the segment where people got the battle, Eminem. I didn't really know about battling. I just rapped. I made songs. I recorded songs, shit like that. And I saw everybody battling, and I was like, man, I could do that. Like I thought it was like I was like, man, I could do that, man. Uh they getting some recognition. So I said, oh, well, maybe this is a way for me to get recognition. Um, I started going to open mics in the city. It was an open mic I've been trying really hard to get a spot, like to rap on, called the Lush Lounge. Is where like all the greats from Detroit went. That's where I met Marv. That's where like Mo Dirty, Miles, X Factor, guy named Guilty Simpson, Fat Father,
Shout out to Guilty
um,
Simpson.
King Gordy, Obi Trice would come through. Um, and man, it was a small little club, man. It held maybe 40 or 50 people, but it would be the 40 or 50 like best rappers that you have ever heard in your life. And man, I went there, man. I got on the mic and rap, and everybody like liked it. It was received well. I was able to like not have to sign the list anymore. And I just started like getting into competitions and battling and going little places, because 8 Mile had popped, and everybody was, they were trying to throw battles and shouldn't. So it was a way to get some money or whatever. Or you'll go somewhere, yo, my guy can rap better than you, and so I started doing that. And like, man, in 9 months, I was on TV. I had a show on Showtime.
How
Um,
was that? Was it a little fast for you? Like when you
I
went from
didn't,
that, what in that 9 months, did that 9 months go by very quickly when you went from just starting out and then
yeah.
and then being on television and rap and competing?
It went quick, but not in a sense, because I was still like older. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't a child, so like I've been pursuing music, since I was a kid. You know, so um, but that was quick because I didn't expect to be on the show. It was the show. It was called Interscope. Next episode, Jimmy Iovine and Paul Rosenberg, they put it together, and like it was crazy because it was like 50 Cent was on the show, Snoop was on the show, fucking Jada Kiss, all these different people, and it was at a time where everybody didn't have a camera on them,
Mm.
and um so like early 2000s. So like a camera crew showed up to my crib, not just a guy, like I'm a guy with this on his shoulder, a grip truck, all kind of shit.
Full blown camera crew.
Yeah, man. And it was very, very big for the city. It was very big for myself. And it was very big for battle rap. Because it was the first time that we had been shown um not only in the ring, but just our lifestyles were documented. It was the first reality show um about battle rap.
Was that uncomfortable a little bit?
Um
Just for
nah,
having cameras around y'all, like filming like basically almost every movement of y'all at that time. Was it a little weird?
I always knew I was gonna be like in front of a camera or in front of some people. Like so
Okay.
like the nervousness came like during the battles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Because those are
okay.
still nerves. But like while the camera was following me, it was just like, yo, this is supposed to happen to me. Like it wasn't like these things are supposed to happen to me, not in an arrogant way. But like, yo, I'm good. I rap well. I'm one of the best people from where I'm from, if not like the best.
You're
And at that
supposed to
time,
be in this spot. Yeah, like
yeah, but it was more the competition part, because that's the part where you're wondering if you're gonna win, lose, or whatever. But as far as everything happening, it just felt good that especially being as young, like man, finding out you about to have a show on TV. I was a few years out of high school, you know. So so for me, like that was just uh a moment in my life that like I can't ever forget, take for granted.
mm.
And that feeling kind of just motivated me throughout the years just to continue to just take care of the culture.
So basically like being kind of like, I wouldn't say rushed, but about being put in that position in such a specific amount of time, that gave you that, you think that gave you enough confidence to be like, okay, I could do this. Like this is, I could take what I got from this experience and then just use it from from here until where you are today. Do you think that,
Man,
do you credit that?
nah, I credit the rappers from Detroit.
Okay.
Every one of them that I went to these open mics and watched rap like better than I had ever seen anybody rap in my life. Like for until I started going to the Lush Lounge and seeing Super MC, Marv One, Guilty Simpson, all those people that I named, Cliff Note, Tip, um, like the list goes on and on. Um, I was always the best rapper where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like I taught my friends how to rap. I was the only one that rapped on my block. And then when people started rapping, I used to just like beat grown-ups, and like nobody could rap as good as me. And I thought
Mm.
that like, yo, I was just like the best rapper ever because I had never met nobody like the people that taught me how to rap. I began to rap better than them. So um or the people that mentored me. Um but when I went in that little bitty bar, bruh, I heard the best rappers I had ever heard.
Was it like, respectfully, was it like a humbling experience a little bit?
Yeah, because I didn't rap. Like I
Okay.
went, I went back to the bar week after week after week and just looked and watched. And what it did was it was every Wednesday. So
Mhm.
you got a chance to rap a 16 or more every Wednesday. You didn't know what beat you were gonna get, so you had to be ready, right? I would write a verse specifically for Wednesday to shut this shit down. So it taught me how to like write stuff to impress people, to impress a crowd. It taught me about timing on a stage and voice projection, timing, whether it's the punchline or comedy. It taught me wordplay, breath control.
Mhm.
Um, and
Very, very key things in becoming a rapper, a successful one at that.
it just taught me how to be better, man. Because I couldn't, man. These people, everybody. If you're watching this, look up the names, man. Look up Fat Ray. Look up Guilty Simpson. Look up
Mm-hmm.
Fat Father. Look up these people, man, and you'll see like these are some of the best rappers. Like, and I was just fortunate enough to to go in there and be a fast learner, or um they pushed me to a limit that maybe because the ceiling had been low for so long, I didn't even know that it was more room to grow.
Watching you, like watching your career, like the first battle or first ever Quest Mcody battle I ever saw, surprisingly enough, was you versus Head Ice.
Okay.
And it's weird because I came into battle rap very, probably 2015, probably like a
Okay.
year, probably like a couple months after I graduated.
Okay.
And of course, you went down the rabbit hole when you learn about battle rap, but not being in it. You go down the rabbit hole to see what other battles is out there. And I
Mhm.
remember seeing your this clip I kept seeing in like little compilations was the was you were rapping, you had a cell phone and you were rapping to Head Ice about how
Yeah.
he knew like Jay he's like Jay's talk about Jay-Z would have loved him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beyonce, yeah, that line.
Yeah.
I kept seeing that over and over. So after a while, I was like, okay, I have to see this battle. I've been seeing this clip all over again. And I
Mhm.
go and I see you versus Head Ice, and I was like, this is, and then I realized that you were from Detroit, and then that opened a whole new world for me
Word.
when it came to like Detroit battle rappers. Like that's how I
Word.
did. Like if it wasn't for you, I would have discovered Calico. Because
Wow.
because right after that, in the little suggestion bar, I always credit YouTube to this. In the
Word.
little suggestion box was Calico versus K Sean
Mm.
from your battle. And I
Word.
clicked on that and I learned that you were from, and I saw like X Factor back then. And that's when I just went down the rabbit hole of looking up like all the Midwest, battle rappers from, from
Yeah.
you to Young Miles to Marv. Like, so I credit you to that.
Word.
When it came down to seeing those guys, how happy were you to see like guys like Calico, guys
Yeah.
like X Factor? How happy were you to see those guys get their, their just due when it comes to, the building blocks of battle rap as we know it today?
So like it's different like Miles and X, we all came up together.
Mm-hmm.
And around the time they were coming to do like the Smack DVD battles, like they weren't paying battles.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point in time, like I was doing things that were different, and I was being compensated for battling, right? Um they had the foresight, because we weren't battling like this in Detroit.
Right.
So they had the foresight. They were the first people to travel out really from Detroit to go do Smack, period. So I was very proud of what the foundation they were laying as a peer, just as somebody that came up with you. Calico was different. My best friend, for period of time, dated Cal's like aunt, right? And Cal's dad was a part of a legendary, is a part of a legendary rap group from Detroit called Rock Bottom. So he was someone, his group, he and his group members were people I looked up to. Shout out Big Hurt, shout out Jay Nutty, Tango and Cash, everybody, Rade. So the list could go on and on. I don't want to skip nobody, Rock, everybody. But anyway, um, Blackface uh was his his dad, of course. So I found out that Blackface was his dad. So like I see him and he'll just say what's up, and I say what's up because he'll just know me from being with my homie who know his sister. And like I'm sure like I probably ain't know, but I know she had I know she had nephews and it was kids at the crib. You feel me? When
Mm-hmm.
we pull up. So Cal was probably one of them, you know?
Oh,
And,
okay. Got you. Got
so
you.
like me and Cal ain't that far apart, but like if I'm 18 and you 10, I don't really know who kid is what. So
Yeah.
anyway, fast forward, man, I see Cal Dad somewhere, man, and he tell me like his son be battling. And he like, yeah, man, my son. I was like, yo, bring him up to my shop. I had a shop where we had a studio on one side, we sold mixtapes on the other. On the weekends, I'll throw a battle, have people come through, they'll battle on camera, or just for the people there. And Calico was one of the people that started coming through. His dad brought him through. Cal used to come up there with his homies, and he used to beat people like grown-ups, young people. And so then fast forward, like there's even some footage of like Cal like being 13 rapping after like one of my battles or whatever.
I think I
Uh,
remember that. Like I
I think it
remember
was
there
like
was a
MVP or something.
like he
And
had like a
a
like a
beanie
hat
or
on.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had like a hat on, but he was
Yeah.
rapping and it sounded like Calico.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. That was a crazy clip.
So Calico used to come to the shop. Calico and Times were like the best guys battling there. A guy named Highcroft would come up there. He was good, Hatch. And so like Cal and Times were like the champs or whatever from coming up there. So I was hosting this at this time Cal might be 16, 17, Um maybe young, I don't know. But I'm hosting a radio show at one of the colleges here, actually Detroit, Mercy. And man, some kind of way, man, I got them to like let me like rent this. I mean, let me get this like colossal venue, dog, to throw some big ass expo, right? But my part of it was just the battle. I just wanted to throw a battle. So it was like $1,000 up and like studio time, and you could be on a song and Cal and Times battle. And I can't remember who won. It might have been a draw, but I know they both ended up on the song, right? Um, so to see Cal where he was, knowing that, I was able to watch him like grow up in this shit. Um, his first camera, like his first URL, not URL, but his first King of the Dot battle was against B Silver. It was the night me and Head Ice battle.
Yeah, the grind time, right?
Grind time,
Yeah,
not King of the Dot.
grind
Yeah,
time.
grind time. So just seeing Cal do what he do is so dope, man, because um he embodies a lot of Detroit. He embodies Detroit in what he does, and like nobody that's came out from since I've been around, like this touched these main stages. They ought to make me proud. I don't know if that matter, but they make me proud to be like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. Yeah, we from that cloth. So I
And that's
appreciate
what I get from when I listen to Detroit artists, like not just yourself, not just Royce, not just Bodie James, but just when I listen to a Detroit artist, I will always just feel like, man, like they wear Detroit on their sleeve. Like they are proud to be
it.
from where they're from. And I've always appreciated that. Moving on to, some of my battles that I wanted to talk about. I only picked two
Okay.
because we only got this such amount of time.
I only got four, so
I want to talk about a battle that I think was one of your best performances,
okay.
and that's versus Daylight.
Hmm.
I want you to talk about how that battle got set up. What was the feeling around that time
Mhm.
when that battle got set up? I know it was in Detroit.
Yep, yep.
I know Rap Grid was involved
Mm.
when they did the event. I think Charlie Clips versus Marv won. Ill Will versus X Factor. I want to say Young Miles was on that card as well.
Nah.
Okay.
So it was
Mo Dirty. I'm sorry. Mo
yeah,
Dirty
Mark
was on
Dirty
there. I think
versus Young Cannon,
Cannon. Yeah.
Clips and Marv, me and Daylight, X Factor, Ill Will,
Mm-hmm.
um, Fahrenheit, and D Hall,
Oh wow. Okay.
Michigan, and um, okay. Anyway, man, that event, one, it was Rap Grid released the event. Like my company threw the event,
Mm-hmm.
BBG Media. Um, we threw the event. I organized the joint. It was real hectic because like me and Daylight wasn't even supposed to battle. I wasn't supposed to battle on the card. Like I was booking the card. Like I called everybody, got everybody together, situated. Um and organized the event, got the venue, did the promo, bro. I was out putting flyers on cars every night, like
Mhm.
old school, going online, going places, inviting people, doing shit like I was hustling, grinding. Um, I wanted Daylight to battle Bizarre. Daylight wanted to battle Bizarre. I called Daylight on the
Whoa.
card, and Daylight, he was like, "Oh man, yeah, let's see if I could. I want to battle Bizarre." Because I told him, I was like, yo, I'm not on the card, but is there anybody from Detroit that you want to battle? He's like, man, Bizarre.
That's amazing. I've never
So,
heard this story.
like,
This
yo,
is
man,
crazy.
Bizarre smokes some shit too. Dog. Look.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
So I hit up Bizarre, man, and I was like, yo, this is what it is. And the price he told me, um, I was like, yo, man, you my friend, right? Like we friends, bro? Like he basically told me a price that would get him out of telling me no. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Got you.
at this point, um, people was like, yo, man, you do it, man. Like you throwing the man battle, man. Stop doing shit. Like stop being humble and chilling, man. Go fucking battle. So I
Somebody
was
put
like,
the battery in your bag? Is that what you're telling
nah, I
me?
was just like, so I hit him up. I'm like, yo, you want to just battle me? Is that cool? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And man, I didn't prep like crazy for it. I kind of put it together in like a week, really. But the big thing is, bro, like I literally worked on organized, like I picked everybody up from the hotel. I got everybody flights booked and hotel shit and rides to and from. I got to the venue before the venue opened. I scouted the venue. I got the fucking, so it was a hectic night besides the battle. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
When it came down to the battle, the mindset was just to show niggas that um for some reason, not for some reason, but since I don't battle a lot, they see me with Marv and they see us and we're really, really good and we're two of the best. Um, I don't know what the malfunction is if they believe that like maybe they think like Marv ghostwrite all the raps or some shit, or like I don't know why they don't like, or I'll ghostwrite all the raps because they say the same shit. Like, but with me not having a lot of showings, because at that time I was like 2014, the last big battle I did was Head Ice, and that was 2009. Like I don't battle a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to show that I was one of the best rappers in the world. And who better to show it against than one of the best rappers in the world? So you know, shout out to Daylight. That shit was a long time ago, but it's definitely a classic. Um, it was, it was, you know, Daylight said it at that time. He said, "Yo, this is the best competition I ever had," and you know, with my
That must have meant a lot coming from Daylight.
well, I expect niggas to say that because I'm not going like we not going. I'm not about to play with you. Like, like if like I'm a battle, like the my biggest Achilles heel is probably battling to the competition. So if you crazy with it, like you already know, bro, don't take no day off.
Mm.
Yeah, man, but that shit was crazy. It was dope. It was a beautiful night.
That's that's always regarded as when I ask people about one rounders, they always regard that as one of the best. Like and then they always when they talk about your career, they always talk about that that was one of your best performances.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but another milestone that you reached earlier this year that I was actually very proud of to be a part of um was your first solo URL battle
Yeah,
against Cortez.
yeah.
And to me, it was cool because it was kind of a full circle thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of Midwest guys on that card
Yeah, it
to
was.
begin with. And for me and for you to be kind of like my gateway to Midwest battle rap and being able to see that come, it was a full circle for me. So that
Oh,
was really
dope.
dope.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a really cool, dope thing.
Word.
Talk to me about I mean, you as much as you've spoke about it recently, but just what was the feeling for that one? Was the feeling was it a little bit different than any of your other battles? Especially it being your first solo
Yeah,
URL battle. But not only, you have a veteran against Cortez
yeah, yeah.
that you're facing. So what was the vibe like?
I ain't even gonna hold you. Like Cortez is a dope rapper, man. He's doing great. And Ultimate Madness shit going good, but it wasn't no way Cortez was gonna be able to rap better than me. Like in my mind, that's how I approached it. Like, yo, don't bullshit. He can't rap. He can't out rap you. He can't out rap. He's not gonna battle you um better. I think I'm one of the best in the world at that. At just breaking my opponents down.
Mhm.
I'm one of the best with wordplay, structure. Um, things that are being lost in the art, like just the ability to rhyme words is just like, I don't care, man. Just have a good punch at the end of this. Um, Starting that battle was it was cool for me because things have always just not lined up. Like they've offered battles in the past. I didn't go, the company been around 10 years. I'm one of the like I'm Quest Mcody, we
But
done
you were on the first. But you were on the first Double Impact.
yeah,
You were on the first Double Impact.
yeah, but like, they reached out before at certain times and it just never worked out. And then after it didn't work out, shit was going one way. I was doing this, they was doing that, and how shit go. But just to get on the stage, do well, um, showcase my talent was good, man. Like and I just didn't like I know like you gotta sell a fight, but like you gotta respect what the fuck I do, dog. Like I'm not like, and I felt like leading up to that battle, um, that I think Cortez felt like I felt, and I think he had no business feeling that way.
Mm.
I think he felt like, yo, I'm about to watch Quest. He ain't, but that's it. Don't matter who it was, like, and it still don't, or whatever.
Okay.
When me and Danny battle, is gonna be the same type of mindset. Like, so it don't matter who it is.
Mhm.
Just you try to complete the objective, and in that time I did.
So so it wasn't really about the opponents for you. It was just it was just the competition strictly for
It
you.
was like, I mean, it was still the opponent too, because like, I'm not gonna, again, man. Cortez wasn't necessarily my first option, and I
Mhm.
probably wasn't his first option. But when the name was brought up, I'm like, oh hell yeah, Cortez dope. So I mean, the motivation to be different. They give me, like, I just asked for somebody who want to battle me. So you give me that battle, the motivation is, this is who I asked for. I don't know how many times I done got a battle with who I asked for or who I
Mm.
want, because niggas are, they don't want that smoke for real.
Last battle rap question before we switch gears. In all of the illustrious things that you've done in your career, of course, being one of the greatest 2-on-2s with Marv One. What was your
Uh,
favorite
you can
the
just take one.
the
The
the uh what is your personal favorite 2-on-2 that you did with Marv?
Beat your ass. The beat your ass thing at the park. It was the first time we had ever rapped with each other.
Real.
Uh,
So the first one was your wow, okay. I
yeah.
like that.
It was the first time we had rapped with each other on camera. We had never did a song with each other, let alone rap with each other. We had never been in the studio together. Um,
Wow.
we weren't friends. Like, we knew each other, but we weren't homies. Like, if you go online and like just type me and his name and just go back to the very first interview, the chemistry was there. Like, we clicked. We knew each other. You feel me? Uh, but that one was cool because it was straight fun. Like, we didn't know where it was gonna take us. We were trying to get $50,000, of course, but like, that, they started showing that on Comcast, like on demand, when on demand first started being a thing. Um, and it was just fun. It wasn't pressure. It was just like, man, we about to go up here and do this real quick, and then we're gonna go and do whatever the hell else. In the modern time, um, Chess and Steams was dope. Um,
The third round. It was the third round for me, man. I'm gonna be honest. It was the
I
third. It
think
was y'all's third round for
I
me.
think like the third round was because somebody fainted in the middle of that third round or whatever. But
My favorite thing you ever said, in my honest opinion, was said in that third round.
what was it?
It was the you want to run with him and have
Have
fun with him.
fun
That's
with him
and
till a
then the
gun hit
gun
him.
hit him and his lady
Lady
cry, or
cried.
his mama beating on your chest like, how the fuck you let my baby? What?
Yeah. You know,
Man,
that was like we had put in our mind that we was gonna go into that battle down around.
really?
Yeah, and we was like, yo, we gotta battle like we down around starting. And like if you look back at the battle, they say we got the weakest niggas on the card, and the crowd goes crazy, and they get a Don DeMarco. That was the first thing Chess and Steam said. We got the weakest
What was
niggas
your
on
reaction? What
the
was your
card.
initial reaction, if you
When
remember
I
it?
heard him say it, I just looked at Mara. I was like, man, they don't know what we got, dog. This shit
I
ugly,
love
dog.
it. I
So,
love it.
but the crowd went crazy. So
Right.
we're like, man, it's about to be. It's so when we started out those first 4 bars and the crowd bit quick, we was like, oh yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Right in the
Like
palm of the
it
hand.
was on, it was on then, and it was really dope. Shout out to Chess and Steam.
That was the first. Was that the first battle to open up the first ever Double Impact?
Yeah, that was the first battle of the night. And
Wow.
and I man, we left immediately. Like so,
Really?
like, yeah. So if I ever do a battle and I don't do well and you see me leave, dog, nah, it ain't because I ain't do well, dog. We left. We saw it. We didn't see another battle, dog. We saw them when they came.
Wow.
We didn't do an interview. We didn't do shit because, like, yo, we had people with us that we had women with us at the time. They were sitting in the VIP area or whatever, and they were with, like, it was like some Detroit motherfuckers 2 rows down. She said the whole section was against us, like going crazy, just like. And then we started rapping, and she said, I had never seen a group of people that were dead set against 2 motherfuckers change so, like, so effort, like, so we won them over or whatever. So that's why it's special, because like we had to work, you know.
To switch gears a little bit, how with I mean, answer this freely if you want to. How has the pandemic treated you?
Man, it's taught me how to be a little more self-sufficient. Um, it's taught me how to appreciate uh little things, like, being able to go out to have dinner with, like, my family, you know what I'm saying, or my loved ones, or the people I hold close. It's helped me understand how to manage my personal time, and like with who's important, because you're not just wasting time with people because you're worried about COVID, so it keeps you out of some situations. um when it comes down to just like stuff, I think about my kids or whatever. Like my son, he's about to start high school, and he hasn't been to school in a classroom setting since the end of the 7th grade. You feel
Mm.
me? So, um, that worries me. But man, for the most part, just, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's the new norm. I'm way more used to it now than I was this time last year, which is kind of fucked up. But
Has it's so it's safely to say it's opened up your mind to a couple more things that you thought you wouldn't give the time of day,
yeah, bro,
basically.
I was outside last year, man. I did, like, I was laying mulch in my yard, dog. I don't do shit like that. Like, I literally was out here and I was into it, dog. I was digging in the dirt, digging shit up, dog. I thought I was about to start a business, and then I was like, yo, you just ain't got shit to do, bro. Second, you got some shit to do. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I put on here and I wanted to talk about because during this time, where everybody is kind of at home, we still want to stay connected with people, right? We still want to be
Yeah.
connected with the people, whether it's battle rap or people through battle rap.
Mm.
And I really want to give this credit. And even though it's a silly little app, but there's a lot of stuff that came from this app and that's still
Yeah.
on this app, and that's
Mhm.
Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
I just want to have you just give your honest opinion about what Clubhouse has done for like what it's made you realize, or whether it's made you just what it's done for you, kind of done for you as far as during this pandemic and stuff.
Man, Clubhouse has helped out A lot. It started off like it was kind of therapeutic for a lot of people because it had been a while. Like the video conferences are cool, but sometimes people don't want to look at people or be
Hmm.
bound to a camera. You know what I'm saying? You could kind of close the app and move around your phone and do what you need to do. Um, I found opportunities to learn a lot. I've learned a lot about just stock and different crypto. Um, there have been days where it's a room where we're talking about parenting, or it's a room where we're talking about life. um we've been able to form like small little communities of voices um that look out. We had some members in our group that you know they went through a hardship at home with a family member being lost, um or someone close to them being sick, and it was kind of dope to see like everybody kind of just like getting together and get to the point to where networks have been made. You and I having this conversation is a part of that.
Yes.
We may have never crossed paths.
Yes, it's true.
um Furthermore, I think it's been really dope as far as connection. Like I met like I met I'll be back.
Yeah, Albie
Albie
Daniels.
Daniels,
Albie
yeah,
Daniels
Albie Daniels.
from ATL.
I don't know from ATL, cast on his own. I don't call you son because you shine like your mine.
Hmm.
But
With the cast on. Yeah.
right, he came in like a little room we were in, and like I find out that he knows like my first cousin, like one of my
Oh
mentors. And
wow.
he was like, "Yo, he saved my life," and I was like, "Damn," you feel me? Um, I've been like kicking it in rooms. Just shout out to Bishop Brigante. He's invited me into some rooms where I got to have conversations with Just Blaze or hear stories that I may not have heard without Clubhouse. I got in an argument with Lupe Fiasco and King Los about fucking
That
about rap, and
was an interesting day.
um, I've I've been fortunate just to get some really good game, hear some really dope stories, man. Um, And for some people, man, it's been therapeutic. Like sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, you ain't got shit to do, shit to watch. Like if you somebody like me that like talk radio, I go into a room where they just talking about like stock, or they talking about something stupid, a comedy room, and just chill and let that shit play like the radio. So, I think it's dope.
It's safe to say that if you had any advice to give, uh if that you would recommend Clubhouse to somebody who wants to network and build their brand and
It
make
depends on
connections.
what room you in, man. It's all about everything's about diet. My diet is healthy. I don't go to shit that I don't want to go to. It's some bullshit in there. You know,
Facts,
it's
facts.
some shit with people arguing. It's some shit with people saying shit that they shouldn't say,
Hmm.
or that I don't want to hear, rather. But the
Hmm.
cool thing is, you can leave those rooms. The cool thing is, you can set up a setting for the shit you interested in, and if you ain't
Hmm.
interested in it, you know, so you
I
know,
mean, it's been like, I will tell you this, like Clubhouse has definitely helped me because it's like I've been able to get to know some of my favorite artists, like
right, right,
who, like I would have never known. I would have never known. I would have met you or Big Cannon or Quest or Saga, but now we chop it up almost every day. So now
indeed,
and it's like a regular thing, and it was just like it's so cool to be able to have like in a very respectful way
yeah,
be have that access just
yeah,
to just
indeed, man, indeed,
and moving from the stuff that you're working on right now as we kind of move towards the current time. You're working on a new album right now.
yeah,
Can we get, is there any information that you can
yeah,
divulge on that?
yeah. I got Jonah is done now. It's getting mixed. Um, I ain't got a date yet, but we're gonna do vinyl first before
Mm.
summer up. So expect it before it get cold. It's a really dope album. I produced maybe 70, maybe 60%, about 70% of the project.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got in the groove, man. I really over the quarantine, I just like I think I learned how to make the beats I want to rap to. So I did that. But it started off me just working with my homie Manchild, and he had some beats, and we were gonna do a project together that turned into Jonah. Some of the features I got on it, I got Method Man on there on the title track.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called Jonah. It's really, really dope. Shout out Meth for putting that together. Um, I got Bodie James on the album. I got Nims on the album. Of course, I got my brother Marv One on the album. Rose Spit. Mickey Fax is on the project.
There's a lot of like really good lyricists on this album, right? I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
I got my man Skylar. He doing some work on the project, man. The joint is just so it's my it's my all my projects are heartfelt and they come from an honest space.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one of my most more vulnerable projects. I just kind of just talk, man. Jonah is a metaphor. If you read the Bible or have, a knowledge of the story of Jonah, as Jonah was in a well, they relate that to being in the belly of the beast. Just coming from where I come from,
Mm.
that's the beast. You know what I'm saying? And we just trying to get out the belly.
When can we expect this?
You'll get a single. You'll get that Jonah single in about a month, and you had a project before the end of the like by August.
Man, having having talked to you about when it comes to your music, and then going back to see like some of the work that you've done. I mean, of course, the first song, actual song I heard you on was on an Apollo Brown album.
Uh,
Was with the I think it's called Sincerely Detroit.
yeah, yeah. Me, Elza, and T. Combs.
Talk to me about working with other artists like Elzai, and and Apollo Brown and
Yeah,
other guys like that. What was it like to be kind of a part of a Detroit based, a real Detroit based
yeah,
album where Apollo Brown, who was a amazing producer,
yeah.
was able to find some of the best, MCs, with that, in Detroit, and you were a part of that. How did that feel?
Man, Apollo Brown is super dope, man. Shout out to Apollo Brown. I remember him just making beats and like beat battles and different shit when we was all coming up and just seeing him, maturing to where he at with it now. Salute to him for putting me on the project. Um, Being on that record with Elzai was just a blessing to me.
Mm.
I admire his pen. He's a phenomenal rapper. And my man T, he is on there. He's a phenomenal rapper as well. And just being a part of it was dope. It reminded me of like the first time I got paid to rap. They hit me up to be on the Dirty District Volume 2 uh album. I had 2 songs on there, and it was like uh like the like Slum Village helped put that together. Black Milk, BR Gunna, Jay Dilla was involved as well. Like it was
Rest in
so
peace.
much. Yeah. So it was dope, man. Just being able to link with Els. I still want to do more work with both artists and more work with Apollo. So, I just, I'm fortunate that they called me, man. It was only 20 songs on the project, out of a whole state. You call them call the Gap Tooth God. I'm all right with that.
The Gap Tooth God. Quest. Before we end this, I just want to say thank you
Word,
for being a part of this return episode, man.
word.
I had you in mind. You were one of the first people that I had in mind when I was in a space to bring back this podcast, because, in all honesty, you know, Flight 96 as a brand is just all about just the love of hip hop and just positive talking positivity, and
Word,
not having such like negative things to, or some of those subjects where you can just go round and round on, and being able to get to know you through these the clubhouses, and just through battle rap. You know what I'm saying? The first time I ever actually met you was when you battled Cortez.
word,
and
word.
and we
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and there's an unreleased interview that still will get out,
Hey man, look, man. Now you could make it audio. You got the podcast back.
and
Just
there you go. Yeah.
no,
So
it's
so
good. It's
it
good. This
was,
this more than made up for that.
and listen, that was, I mean, of course, that was one of the reasons why I wanted you to be the, the first guest back. But just that you have uh amazing stories to tell when it comes to
Word.
hip hop,
I appreciate it.
and a person who loves this culture with everything that he has, is it's like, it's like his favorite author's reading his favorite book. You know what
Word.
I mean? So being able to, hear the stories that you've told, whether it be, being an extra on 8 Mile, or just coming up in Detroit and working with such, talented, artists, and being as respected as you are. Um, I just have this final question for you. What would you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
Uh, my legacy, it man, what's wild is it would have anything to do with like battle rap or music or anything.
Mm.
Um, I just want people to say that, you know, I helped make something better. Like people to say, yo, I know Quest, or and um, I'm glad that I know him. He went over in his neighborhood and he helped some kids, or he came into the battle rap culture, and he wasn't just trying to get it for himself. He was, he made sure that he added to the culture and he made it better than it was when he came into it. And that ain't taking full responsibility. But I want people to be able to do that. I want my children's to be able to, you know, be able to point back, and we can instill pride throughout generations. Like, yo, I come from that. The same way I look at my mother and my grandfather and say, yo, I come from them. My mom took me to the studio that one time, to start me off. She made something better. Uh, so my legacy is gonna be in my children. So they already there. They already cemented. I just, pray that they do well, and continuing it. And when it comes to like just me, man, just being honest, man, being respectful, man. Like I want people to be like, yo, all the battle shit is cool, the bravado and all that. Like, oh, he dope, he fresh. But like, yo, man, I lead with respect. I I don't like, if it is a such thing as a sin cup, I try not to fill up that bitch with some bullshit.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah.
um, and man, just just remember me how you met me. You feel me?
Yeah. No, and the thing is that having gotten to know you like just over these past few months through the networks that we
Yeah,
have all created, it's just that's what it is, like what you just said right there. When you come into these groups and you offer advice, you offer stories, you offer um game, just life
I got some
experience.
jokes too, man. Don't make me
That's true.
like I'm coming
Quest
in.
is very funny. He's a funny guy. He's a very funny guy. If you guys don't have Clubhouse, they every Monday. As a matter of fact, they just
Four to
four to
six. We
six.
might we might we might extend the show 2 times a week. No, we not. We too much. But yeah, man. Man, I appreciate just being able to be on the show. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule for me, man, because what you do is important, man. And like I never in my life, imagined that what we do would be covered the way it is. In the same way,
Mm.
I'd be like, yo, I gotta get my material together for these battles. I was very, very like intrigued, and very like I was happy to hear like when you was like, yo, I got my material for you. It sounded like I was getting in a battle. Yeah, man. So
Right here.
that's real, man. That's journalism, man. And I could tell you take it serious.
I
And I
take it very serious. I mean, there's as I look, probably I can't swing the laptop, but I'm looking at my college degree in
hey,
journalism. So
hey,
it's I tell
stun
I
on
do.
'em, man. If I had a drop, man, I'd drop that mug. Okay? Hell yeah.
Man, it's just I take it very, because this has always been a passion of mine. Like
Yeah.
what like I used to want to be I used to want to be an artist. I used to want to be a producer. I taught myself how to make beats, for 2 years. And then I realized, just kind of what I wanted to do. And ever since I was, little, ESPN was
Right.
amazing to me. So,
Right.
being a journalist was always something I always wanted to do. So having these types of moments where I get to introduce, some of my favorite people within the hip hop culture is
Yeah.
always, it's like it's a dream come true for me. So
That's
thank you,
awesome.
Quest. I appreciate you coming on, the show. You are welcome back more than any time.
Man, I
Upstate.
appreciate you just let me be a man. My girl got a journalism degree, man, and she always talk about just wanting to like coming up, like being intrigued with hip hop, like she a hip hop head, like she.
Mhm.
So like that's real dope to hear, bruh. And again, man, I appreciate you.
Of course, man. And Quest, where can these wonderful fine viewers that are watching you right now find you on social media or
Yo,
anything that you got working on?
just Quest Mcody. It's one seeing Mcody act like you know me. On everything. It's just type my name and whatever you fuck with, that's where I'm at. Like whatever you fuck with, that's what
man, don't let him give you the humble speech. It's King Cody, the thing on him.
you know
And
about the cash route, BBG the movement, and we fresh about the stash.
thank you, yo, Quest.
Yeah,
Thank you so
stash
much
house.
thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Word, it's on.
Oh, the stat was it? Is it the Stash House?
th3house.com. Get all your merch. th3house.com. Go buy a shirt. Buy
Please, I'll put it in. I'll put it in the description box. I'll
it's
put it in the description.
dresses. Get your girl a dress with my face on it, nigga.
I'm
Go
gonna get
out.
a shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt for show. I'm gonna get a shirt for show.
I hope you don't get addressed. But if you choose to wear a dress, that's up to you, and I don't mind. If you listening, if that's on you. I don't have no problem
Hey,
with what you
Quest
get
is what
addressed.
Quest is saying. He's got everything you need at the
Yeah, I
Stash
got it.
House. He
Let me
got
get out of
everything
here
you need
for-
at the Stash.
Let me get out of here before I lose my fucking sponsorships.
Be easy, Quest. Thank you.
Peace.